Hi, I'm Sam Inquivai, and I'm here with USA Today Network's film and media critic Bill Goody Kuntz, and we're here to talk about his top 3 Marvel movies. And if you wanted to check out his entire list of the best and worst Marvel movies, all 20 of them, go on azcentral.com. So tell me about what your third movie was in the rank.
The third movie was Guardians of the Galaxy, and that came as a bit of a surprise. I try not to watch trailers, right? But my kids do. And they told me, actually, they said, we don't even want to see it. It looks stupid. It looks like a raccoon is like driving around in space or whatever. But eventually I took them to see it, and of course they loved it. And I loved it. I thought that what that had that a lot of the other films don't have is this sort of innate sweetness, which was really nice. And of course the soundtrack. And when he pulls out the tape at the end, and it has Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell singing "Ain't No Mountain High Enough." I used to sing that with my kids, and I have to admit, I get a little teary on that. So I always have sort of a special spot for that. But it's so different.
And so then, which movie was your second one?
Second was the first Avengers movie, which sounds now like you have to qualify it so many different ways because there have been so many variations, and Civil War is basically an Avengers movie too. But this was, I liked for several reasons. One was it too had a bit of a sense of humor. At the end it did a big Marvel dumb, chaotic fight thing that that they all kind of devolve into, it seems like. But Joss Whedon was the director, and I thought he brought just the right mix of sort of intelligence, pop culture knowledge, and fun to it. It seemed like at the time, man, how are they going to get all these people together? There are too many, but it worked out.
And then drum roll, which one was number 1?
Number 1 for me, and it was by a wide margin, was Black Panther. I just thought that this was so good because it was such its own thing. It was different from any other Marvel movie. It was different from any other movie, really. But still, I thought that they were able to incorporate that sort of Marvel cinematic universe that everybody talks about in a way that wasn't heavy-handed while creating their own world, their own universe. It was very much unapologetically a Black Panther movie. And the stakes were just as high, even though they weren't saving the whole world. And I just thought, I loved it.
Looking at all the different Marvel movies that have come out, we had 3 already this year. Do you think there's such thing as Marvel fatigue?
Yes, and I've got it. I think that they're diluting their product a little bit. I think that happens in 2 ways. One is there are just too many, and and I don't buy the fact necessarily that when they started Iron Man how many years ago, they were running down this road to where they're going to have what happened in Infinity War. I think they're sort of making it up as it goes along, and I think that sometimes that shows, sometimes it doesn't. But I also think that one of the things that happens when you have this many movies, one of my complaints about Infinity War was you got to know too much going in. I mean, you have to have seen some things for it to really hit home with you. And I heard from a lot of fans who said, well, you had to see the other 18 movies to get the backstory. And it's like, well, no. I mean, you shouldn't have to. And I'm not saying that there shouldn't be some history to these things. There can be. That's fine. I like the stuff that's going on in the moment a lot more than I do this big, stupid Infinity Stone thing that I don't think they had any idea about, other than like trying to crib from comic books when they started.
And then, are you excited about any of the other Marvel movies that are coming up?
I'm excited about Captain Marvel because I think, again, that has a chance to really be something different in the same way that Black Panther is. Black Panther, people of color in front of the camera, behind the camera, everywhere. I think that Captain Marvel, with a woman really carrying the thing, and Brie Larson's great. I mean, so
completely agree.
It's not going to answer all the questions that they asked in Infinity War. It takes place in the 1990s. I am sure that the credit scenes will do something.
And if you want to go through your own Marvel fatigue by checking out Goody's entire list of Marvel movies, check them out on azcentral.com. They're there from best to worst.
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people.